What is the cost to us for misidentifying ourselves? What happens when a king lives like a servant, or when a leader refuses to rise into who God says they are? What is what is the cost of that?
Well, I believe that you can look at history, and when it goes bad, literally, there was somebody who probably did not step up, who could have made a difference. I'm not saying that some events would not have happened, but to the level that they happened, they would have never. We know, even I think in history, when Hitler was turned on the loose, the miscalculation, I think, was it Neville who miscalculated Hitler's intentions, responded too late, that could have slowed him down in a much greater way. Then it brought in literally Winston Churchill, who was made for that battle, and he knew how to go through it. And we look at Abraham Lincoln, who his name means father, who led our nation through the Civil War, and he was a father to the nations within our nation. So, and in his day, he was very ridiculed and thought of badly and poorly, but history marks him as the greatest president that ever lived. Why? He took us through the hardest times without taking an opinion poll to see what people thought. He was thinking, I want to do what God wants me to do. And so in that, that the perception of how you see yourself, I'm going to give you a line that God said to me. He told me, he said, about 15, 20 years ago, he said, Dale, you and me could go places, but you don't agree with me about you. And I was thinking, no, that can't be. The reason I'm not going places is because that person held me back, and that person didn't appreciate my ministry. And that person, instead of celebrating me, they pushed me to the side because they were afraid I would take their place, And then also we have the devil, and he has been really against me. God, you don't understand. If it wasn't for those people and the devil, I would be further down the road. He said, no. He said, Dale, really, you don't agree with me because you don't agree with me, you're believing lies about yourself. Do you know, if you believe a lie about yourself, you give the devil the right to manipulate you and other people. You give them the right. But when you come into a place where you believe what God has called you to be, and it took David probably 6 months at the crown on his head, and I think I'm a king.